Hello and welcome to the Nobodies Podcast.
Your weekly dose of two dickheads talking absolute nonsense about absolute nonsense.
We are indeed. Yeah. How's your week been, Dave? You been all right?
Yeah, not too bad, mate, not too bad. So I'm starting a new job this week.
Well done.
This will probably be my 5th job in my lifetime.
And you used to take the piss out of me for all the jobs that I had.
Yeah.
Like, I've had the same job for the last 4 years now.
You have, and you love it.
Love the people.
You love the people, do you? In Red Hill.
I don't work in Dead Hill. I work in Hawley near Gatwick, brother.
That's much better.
Well, again, anyone that knows the Gatwick and Hawley area will be able to draw their own opinions on that particular area. But,
I mean, it's you know, if you live there, train station's pretty cool.
If you like trains, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain people out there that like trains. Francis what's his name? Bourgeois. Bourgeois.
The train guy. The train guy who has made a living out of screaming about trains with a stupid head cam on, and now I read he's going to be one of the new faces of the Grand Tour on Amazon.
Oh really?
So yeah. So when people
Ferrari.
So people that are wondering, why we're doing a podcast. That is your reason. If that geezer can make a living from wearing a head cam, looking at his face, and effectively jizzing his pants about trains, I'm pretty sure we can do something similar.
Oh, definitely.
Maybe not jizzing in our pants, but
this is I wonder sort of how they're going to deal with that, because I mean, are they going to give him new underwear between each take, or? You know.
I don't know, but to be fair, I did see a random video the other day on I don't know if it was on TikTok or Instagram. He's got like a remember the old Honda Jazz.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He's got a pink Honda Jazz, and he's left all the whole of the outside is just like stock, as they say. He's not changed it, but he's got like some really powerful engine underneath, so that when he rolls up to the lights, he can he can blow them away.
Do you know the only issue with those engines? It just sounds like a bee in a beer can, and goes absolutely nowhere fast. It's just all noise. You know, like when you see people doing a burnout, and that is effectively a Honda engine.
Yeah, those absolute cunts.
They're stationary. Yeah. You know what I mean? They sort of doing 30 mile an hour like this.
Yeah, and then they just like, they try and speed off down the road, and you know they're going 30 mile an hour, but it sounds like they're about a mile away because their engine is so loud, but at the same time so slow. Yeah. It just sounds fucking ridiculous. Like we had one dickhead drove past the other day. You could hear him coming down. The road. It wasn't the engine; it was the bass. It sounded like someone 2 doors down was doing like industrial drilling. Looked out the window and I thought, oh my fucking god. Yeah, it was just like, what do you? It was like we're 35, 36. Cool. He was older than me, and it's just like, mate, fucking grow up, get a life.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you look like?
Yeah, I don't know. It also feeds into like the pops and bangs thing.
Yeah.
So these fucking absolute wombats are buying cars that have 300 horsepower or whatever, absolute machines, these BMs, loads of torque. You know, German engineers have lost sleep over making these things. And some fucking cunt gets it, lowers it 30 mil, puts some aftermarket shitbox fucking wheels on it, and gets a pops and bangs. And not only that, it's on fucking tick anyway. Yeah. Like, you can't even afford it, mate. Do you know what I mean?
When I was a teenager with the whole pops and bangs thing, like I used to believe that, it may be true, I don't know, but I used to believe that I was told that, you know, to get the pops and bangs, you had to like turn your engine off, but keep your foot on the accelerator. So when you turned it back on again, it would do the pops and bangs. Yeah. And like you'd hear people like driving around like Oxford High Street, and you just hear pop, 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 bam, bam, bam. It's like, oh, mate, grow up.
It's just so stupid.
I mean, when I was a teenager, it was cool, and you know, like fast car and max power, and you had all the Fitbirds and all, you know, all the nice cars. Admittedly, a lot of them were like Vauxhall Novas and Corsas because they were cheap to buy. But it's not the point. But yeah, it was just absolute bell ends.
Yeah, I mean, something's missing from that now, though. Like in the way that. What people do now is, they'll get it on tick. There's none of that. Like, so for example, back in the day, they would mod a car. It would be like a 1.25 litre Fiesta.
I am listening.
Yeah. And they'll go and they'll mod that, and they'll put all these wheels. The thing's got 75 horsepower. Do you know what I mean? But it looks fast. Yeah. And you have the sensation of speed, which does count for something, I have to be honest. Right? My BM, for example, has speed. However, if I was to use that speed and torque on country lanes, I would die, right?
Didn't you get a message? So we both have an app, which I'm sure a lot of people do. So we've got kids called Life 360. So Dave recently got a he got a BMW off. Was it your father-in-law?
Yeah.
So he did a bit of work to it because it needed a little bit of work here and there. So we've got an app called Life 360, which effectively tracks where you are at any given time, and if you're driving, it also shows you how fast you've been going from your destination. And Dave over here got a message from his lovely wife and said, Dave, I've had a message come up for a notification from Live 360. It says you were doing 105 on the way to work. We live 10 minutes away and there's no motorways. What the fuck were you doing, you dickhead?
We should move on to a bit of backstory about us.
Yeah, so we've kept this secret to be complete. There's only a select few people that know we've decided to do a podcast.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, so the amount of dickheads that you see online that just say stupid things and get views and likes and all that bollocks.
Yeah, there's that one guy who said that people should swallow bleach. Oh no, that's the president, wasn't it?
Oh, that was Trump, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Trump. Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get to him at some point in our lifetime. Yeah. But we just thought, look, everyone else is doing it. Why can't we? We can talk shit, as well as the best of them. We're not necessarily going to tell you to drink bleach or that.
Unless we don't like you, then you can drink all the bleach you want.
You can do what you like, to be fair. And there's a lot of you we don't like. But I said, but we just thought, fuck it, why not? Let's start a podcast. This may be the only one we do. Hopefully it won't be. Yeah. Hopefully we'll get some listeners and some viewers and all that shit. And we want to do something different. And like I say, every other dickhead in the world is doing a podcast and making money from it. And they're doing the same thing as we are. So we thought, fuck it. Why can't we? I steamrolled Dave effectively. I said, we weren't, like I said, we're going to, fuck it, we'll wait till after Christmas. It may be February it'll be this. No, Dave, we're going to do it now.
Yeah.
I've bought the mics. I've sourced us somewhere where you can go. This is our lovely studio. Our setting.
But anyway, let's get into it then. So, how we met. That's
I can't even remember how we met. It's been so fucking long. So
I can, because I've got a memory like that. I constantly.
You used to say like an elephant, then, weren't you?
Yeah,
you thought I'll go cliche. I've got a memory like an elephant.
Yeah, so yeah, but I didn't.
So Dave, we've known each other for I'm 35, you're 36.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, well done. You'll always be older than me.
Well, unless I die now, and then you'll get older than me.
Well, hopefully not. That's not the plan. To be fair,
so that's a bit morbid.
Unless this is that bad that you throw yourself down the stairs. Like to be fair, if we can make death jokes about ourselves and killing ourselves, anything the dickheads say in the comments should be like the water off a duck's back.
Sorry, it's a death joke.
Oh, you dickhead.
Anyway, so we actually, I can remember. So I was friends with a person called Wall Polka. Sorry.
Right, yeah.
We're using aliases, and he
on the nose.
He lived in a place called Cold Shot.
What, not Shot Cold?
No, Cold Shot. We're doing it for people, not places, right? Cold Shot was famous for being like a little Beirut, they used to call it, didn't they? They used to have loads of shit going on there. Anyway, that's not the point.
I thought you were going to try and jazz it up a little bit. I thought you were going to try and make it better than it is.
No, you could never do that. Yeah, it's an absolute dive, mate. It is the actually, funny enough, shaped like an armpit, so we can call it the armpit.
It is actually. I've never thought of it like that, but no, that's a fair point.
Yeah. Anyway, so you were friends with him as well for whatever reason. I don't know how you met him, and then probably
from school. Because to be fair, we all went to the same junior school,
Holland,
didn't we?
Yeah, Holland Junior School. So that would probably be it then. So that was where I first met you. And then I moved from Cold Shot, from the armpit, to a place called the Greenway. And I moved into number 50, which was literally right in front of the alleyway that went up to your street.
It did indeed.
Yeah. So we got to know each other through school. We did that. We used to play, do you remember we used to play, you had an an asbestos roof on the garage.
Yeah.
And I remember your dad going booloo because we used to climb up there and play with the little toy soldiers. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It's one of the first memories I have of you.
How we never fell through the fucking roof is not the point. But the old asbestos garage roof.
Yeah.
I think it was like this is going to be boring now, but it was like like the old prefab where it's kind of it's like the concrete.
It looked like Soviet block, mate.
And it's just bolted together. Yeah. The amount
proper brutalist architecture.
When I was a teenager, so down the side of the garage, we had a fence in between, obviously us and our next door neighbour Gina, and obviously from the garage back, it was just all overgrown because obviously no one's going to cut my mum and dad would cut it back to when it got to the garden bit. The amount of things I used to throw down the back.
Was it like nudie mags or?
No. It was
bicycles.
No.
Skateboards.
No.
Banana peels.
No, it was more. It was
Chinese knotweed.
No. Japanese twat.
Oh, sorry, that's the one. Japanese. Yeah. sorry, Mr. Anorak. So your gaff, we used to play soldiers on the roof there. Did you have anything else to add? I haven't interrupted, have I?
No. I was just alluding that I used to throw things down the side of the garage that probably shouldn't have gone down the side of the garage.
Yeah.
And when the neighbours moved in, they probably
cursed you.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Because it would have been pretty grim.
They went, that specky cunt. Why has he thrown loads of shit down the side of their garage?
Yeah.
And they'd say specky cunt because they don't know your name.
And they don't know I wear glasses either, so how would they know I was
I don't know, do I? You actually didn't wear glasses at that point. Anyway, so moving on from there, we did that. Then I suppose we should probably lead into the most famous story, which found its way into your wedding speech at my wedding, this absolute fucking meat cylinder managed to convince me to bunk off school to buy Pokemon cards, and you spent weeks. Weeks and weeks. And the only reason it happened, really, truth be told, is because I don't know how neither of our parents really realised, because it all happened because the clocks went forward. The clocks went forward, so we'd got up an hour late for school anyway. Yeah. So we were running an hour late. This was junior school. This was 1996. I want to say.
No, it was a bit older than that.
Well, it was a 97 and all.
No, it would have been like no, because Pokemon didn't come out till cards wise.
No, Pokemon was 96.
Yeah, but I don't think it was. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah, we're getting into the Japanese knotweed.
Yeah, we're getting into the weeds now. But so effectively, our parents clearly didn't care enough to realise that we got out of bed an hour late for school.
Apparently didn't care.
No, my mum would have been at work. So it would have been my dad. So obviously, we not realising we're an hour. The only time we found that we was an hour late, which is probably our downfall as well, was when we walked past your house and your mum was like, "Why the fuck are you not at school? It's 9:30. Get your ass in gear and get to school now."
Yeah.
And this was my opportunity that I'd been saying to Dave for weeks, at least 3 or 4 weeks, every single day on the way to school. Let's bunk off school. Let's bunk off school.
Yeah.
Let's bunk off school. And Dave being the Captain Sensible, as my dad calls him.
Yeah, that is a moniker that I've been given by your dad.
Yeah, but he still calls you it now. So for weeks and weeks and weeks, I've been trying to tell Dave, like, let's bunk off school. And like, bear in mind, we're like 8, 9. Maybe 10 at the oldest. Like, we work with, like, this is junior school, so it's like, so if kids go missing at our age, it's a fucking big deal.
Oh, massive
and
deal,
it's a manhunt. But obviously, Dave's mum had seen us and said, "Right, get to school." And then I don't know if she got a call from the school or called the school to say.
They saw us go. They saw us go in the gate. So it took him.
I don't know,
to the school gate to convince me. We went just inside the gate and then we turned around and we went down, where was it, Mill Lane or Warren Lane?
Because Warren Lane was over the road from school. So we went down Warren Lane.
Past Dunks Pond.
Yeah, and then down, you'll have no idea what any...
None, you won't have a clue unless you're from the area.
Look at Hurst Green in Surrey. But down where the school was, so down the end of the road, you've got like a big collection of fields, and you've got agricultural fields, and so obviously livestock and just normal crops and what have you. And then you've got other fields which are just open fields, which aren't used. So for hours we walked around the fields. Locals were
we were in a spymovie.
Yeah,
hiding from everyone that we saw.
Every now and again.
We ate our lunch as well. Do you remember?
Yeah. So we went and sat down somewhere and ate our lunch.
Like we were on rations.
Yeah. And every now and again we'd hear a helicopter going going over, and we would duck behind bushes and trees,
Yeah.
and then about I don't know what about 1, 2 o'clock maybe.
Oh, after we'd walked pretty much the entire length of the Eden that goes through her screen to Oxted, so we got to the point that where did we get to? Like, we got near the hay cutter, didn't we? We climbed up there.
I can't remember.
Do you remember? Yeah, we walked along the river to the bridge that's by the hay cutter. Again, you won't know where this is unless you're local, but which is, and then we went up through Old Oxted. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, I can't remember but at the same time, I can't remember why we decided, you know what, fuck it, let's go and buy some Pokemon cards.
I think, well, because you'd convinced that wasn't your goal. Your goal was just to convince me that we
the goal was to get you in trouble, obviously. But,
which worked. I think. Well, I won't get to the end because we'll save the end for the end of the story. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we went there. We got up onto that road from that bridge, and then we walked through to Oxted. We didn't go to Old Oxted, actually. We walked back past the vets, past St John's, and we went the usual way that we knew to Oxted.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
And so there used to be a shop in Oxted called Lorimer's, which is moved to the other side of the road now.
It's moved 3 times since we were kids because we're old.
And this was back in like the late 90s. Where obviously Pokemon cards were massive. We were massive Pokemon fans. We'll get into that.
Oh yeah, back when you could buy Pokemon cards as a child because all the adults didn't buy them, thus in turn ruining children's childhoods because they're just buying them in bulk to get them graded and sell them online because they're absolute fuckwits. But Karen?
Yeah, Dave. That's a big no-no for Dave.
Oh, and you're a fucking grown man and /woman/furry. Just stop it. The cards are. Don't buy every pack. Yeah, you're ruining a kid. Like, imagine that. You remember this is the story. I mean, we literally bunked off school and went and bought Pokemon cards, and it was like the best thing ever. And we got these cards.
Got nothing decent out of it.
We got nothing. We do that with one time because you did pull some absolute worldies out those.
Yeah, but I think when I got sexually mature, I threw them in the bin. That's the only trouble.
Yeah.
I didn't realise.
Don't look at prices because you'll be sad.
Don't. Like I said, I suppose the only good thing is I can't remember what I had as a kid because I do remember my mum saying to me, "What do you want to do?" I must have been like 17, 18. Discovered birds and out with. I think I had a missus at the time then as well. The same missus actually.
Well, like bird watching. Or?
No, well, I suppose you could call it bird watching, but
I'd be lovely.
Yeah, I'd be lovely. But and my mum said to me like, "What do you want me to do with these?" And I just said, "Just throw them in the bin."
Yeah.
And I suppose it's probably good that I don't remember what I had.
Oh, it absolutely is because I know for a fact that you had a first run print Venusaur. You got a Venusaur in the early days, which is worth. I mean, it's not first edition.
Was that the one that we argued over? And
yes.
And then the shiny foil bit came off.
So no, it didn't come off.
Yeah, no, I had one where.
Oh, did you? The
foil like it kind of like peeled off.
But anyway, I traded him 3 cards for it, and then he got the ump over it because he decided he loved it. To be fair, you like green. Green's your favourite colour, so I imagine that you wanted it back for that reason. Anyway, that's a side quest. So we were on our way. We go into Oxted. We go to this place called Lorimer's.
But we buy Pokemon cards. Again, it's like the middle of the afternoon. We're 2 quite clearly under 10s kids in Oxted at this time of day. It wasn't the end of the school day. School hadn't finished. We're on our own with backpacks on, in our uniform. Yeah. No one thought to stop us. I'd like to add.
Not sus at all.
Yeah, like no one thought it'd be. What are these 2 kids doing here? It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And they're not at school and they're in their uniform. And then as we walked out of Lorimer's, opened our pack of Pokemon cards each, had a little look, turn around, and who is standing behind us is my old man, because he just knew that we would be buying Pokemon cards.
You just had a guess. I don't know if he was he was a cabbie at that point still. Was he at the rank or did he know? Or did he just guess?
He didn't go to the rank until like 10, 15 years later.
Oh really?
Yeah. Years later. Yeah, no, he just had I suppose like a sixth sense, an inkling that we would be buying Pokemon cards.
Because he happened to be, and this is by his own admission, a bit of a shit when he was younger. Yeah. So he just knew.
Oh, my dad was a fucking idiot when he was.
He knew, mate. He could be, people like that. You know that you got to get inside the mind of a killer when you're a detective. You know what I mean? Like, he got inside the mind. He thought, where are those scroats? Where have they gone? And he's like, I know where they fucking gone.
Yeah, but at the same time,
I know where they've gone.
But at the same time, though, because I don't know when they got the call to say like Josh and Dave aren't at school. So like I don't know if my dad had been driving around or if it was just by complete coincidence. Say he got a call. Like my mum got a call at like I don't know. 12 o'clock
Yeah.
or half 12. My dad thought, and then obviously my mum calls my dad, and my dad's like, I'm going to go to Oxford and see if they've gone to Lorimer's. But it's just like a complete chance, because my dad could have gone there, and we weren't there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So obviously, so my dad found us, took us back to the school. Obviously, we know we're in deep shit.
Well, just before you get there, and so we had a police out looking for us, and a police helicopter out looking for us.
They said whether they were trying to scare us or not. They said if they hadn't found us by the close of school.
Oh, they didn't have it out, so that was just a random helicopter.
Okay. So if they hadn't found us by close of school, so 3:30, would have been at that time.
Yeah.
Then they would have sent the dogs out. They would have sent the helicopter out.
Sent the dogs out.
Yeah.
We sent the dogs out.
We were probably about an hour away
These
from
old school police officers as well, like proper. You know what I mean? Like, we'd had to send the dogs out, lads, and like your mum might have died of fright and that. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Like one of them. Proper police officers, not like the ones that you're trying to get in the police force now. But carry on.
But yeah, so and I think we were, as far as I remember, I think at the time, we got a week's worth of after school detention. Yeah,
which was so this is
unheard of.
Well, it was absolutely unheard of. Like, we actually, I wouldn't say we were famous for it, but word went around.
Bit of notoriety.
Yeah, because you just didn't. That's just not that wasn't a thing. Especially in junior school. I mean, I'm sure people got detentions, but in Holland's school, in her screen, in the arse end of nowhere, where country bumpkins live, we were in trouble. We were, and we got away with it pretty lightly. Yeah, to be fair, even your stepdad at the time, like I don't remember, I appreciate, obviously. No, they were calm about it. They were so shocked and so relieved, I think. Yeah, now I'm a parent myself now. Now I think about it now. Like, I suppose, my dad would have been fucking fuming as he's driving to Oxford. It's like, where are these fucking little dickheads? And like a mixture of and fear. Yeah, and I suppose as soon as he found us and was like, right, they're safe. They haven't been kidnapped and raped and murdered and what have you. Like, they're safe now. I suppose if it was my kids, I suppose you're angry, thinking like, where the fuck is this little dickhead gone? Like, why are they putting me through this absolute hell? And I suppose when you find them, you kind of think, and it's just relief, isn't it? I get that. So effectively, me and Dave very much bonded over our love for Pokemon. Yeah. Like Dave is very much an outwardly open, I suppose, geek, you would say. Would you say geek? Whereas I'm not afraid of what anyone thinks. To be totally honest. Whereas I am very much right in the back of the closet. like I am a proper closeted geek. If anyone even the proverbial skeleton. Yeah, exactly. If anyone mentions that I like Pokemon or just gaming in general, like my arsehole goes like that, and I will deny it till the cows come home for no good reason, I may add, because there's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, like I said, I'm a massive geek, and I hide behind. Obviously, my son's he's 14 next week actually. And he's massive into gaming and Pokemon and anime and all that kind of stuff. Admittedly, I'm not really into anime, but he's into all the things I was into when I was a kid. So I kind of hide behind him. Yeah, of course you do. I mean, I did the same with my kids. My kids. You should have said their names. I was going to say that. You really thought about it. We said that we weren't going to, but so I'm not going to, because I don't want it. But my 14-year-old and my 10-year-old, I got them into Pokemon, and it's great because it's 3-1 in the house. Like, Nad she can't argue when we're sitting playing Pokemon or whatever, or we're talking about it or whatever. She's like, she sort of feels like the last person to be picked on a sports team. You know what I mean? She's in the corner. That was me as a kid. And the other thing that happened recently was I got them, because as you've just said earlier, I'm into cars. I was sat watching this, watching my car stuff, and my boy's like, oh, wow, that's nice. That's a nice car. Cool. And then Poppy is on the other one. Oops, just said her name. She's my 14-year-old. That lasted long. My 14-year-old's on the other one. I'll bleep it. And she, you will. And she was like, oh yeah, that is a nice car. And I was sat there like, yes. Yes, I've won them over on 2 things now. I don't know what else I'm going to get them on.
Yeah,
but,
obviously, I'm quite lucky with with Crystal. To be fair, she's a bit like you in the sense that she doesn't care what people think, and she was she's same age as me, 2 months younger, so she grew up on Pokémon and Barbie, Action Man, and all that other shit that we played with as kids and what have you. So I'm quite lucky in that regard. Is she's not into obviously all the same things that me and Connor like and that we enjoy, but like I said, it is quite nice that when obviously he's old enough now to start gaming and play a bit more of like the adult-y kind of games. But when he used to want to play, like if I was playing like Call of Duty for example, or if I was playing like a I don't know like a single player game, like a campaign kind of thing, and he'd want to play it, or he would borrow the game and play it himself. It's not as bad now because he's got his own stuff. He's not in the front room. He's not playing on my Xbox or my PlayStation.
It feels great, doesn't it? Because it's sort of like you got. But
it's not even that. So he would play he would play insert game here that I'd completed or I'd played, and I'd be watching him play it, and he would be like 9, 10. 11, and so he hasn't quite learned how to game or to play games. And it would literally boil my piss watching him play games. It's like, Connor, what are you doing? Connor, what are you doing? And it got to a point.
I've got the same thing.
I just couldn't. I'd have to leave the room. Because I just couldn't watch him butcher this game. It would do my head in.
It's a nightmare, isn't it? So I was the same with Albie. So obviously he likes racing games, and obviously that was I was always big into racing games. Like you obviously were as well. But if I was big into it.
Then I grew up and realised I wasn't going to be a racing driver.
Right, okay, but you're still a cunt. You grew up and you didn't realise you was going to be a cunt, but you're still a cunt. Right? Yeah. Anyway, so I played Gran Turismo or whatever. Yeah, no, exactly the same thing. Like he would be playing Forza, and I'd have to leave the room.
It's so bad.
How are you using the barriers? To turn corners.
Like you get like the eye twitch. It's like, I can't say anything. I can't say anything because the missus will shout at me because he's trying to be involved. He's trying to be interested in things that I'm interested in. You're kind of like twitching because I can't watch this anymore. I have to leave the room.
It's hard, but I think it's a dad thing. Like I think dads get a bad rap at the moment, but I just feel like there's a certain way of being where like you got dad voice, for example. Yeah. And judging when to use it is difficult because obviously Nad can say things till the cows come home and the kids will ignore her. But as soon as I pipe up in sort of with a low tone, they sort of a bit like, ooh.
Yes, it's the other way around in my household. They don't listen to me. Well, that's not true. Like Connor, like I say, he's 14 next week. He's a little man. There's effectively another man in the house. He just ignores me. He's autistic as well, so that probably doesn't help. Whereas like my little
they choose to listen to what they want to listen to. So
whereas like my little blue-eyed princess, I can't do anything wrong. My little 8-year-old, she's beautiful. She loves me. Some days it makes Crystal borderline physically sick how much this little girl just adores her dad. And again, it's so funny until you have one of each. Like when I had Connor, like I was very when he was young, I suppose very like stereotypical kind of dad.
Well, we were still learning. You've got to remember that.
Sports, we were still learning, but you've got to be into sports. You've got to do this, you've got to do that, and you're very much kind of like hard on your son kind of thing.
But just to jump in, that is out of worry.
Yeah.
You don't, and this is something that you've got to take into account when you want to reprimand someone, especially if it's whether it's a mum or a dad. If they're trying to make their kid, they're trying to sort of force them to do self-defense or force them to do sports or whatever. A lot of the time, I mean, there's that small minority that are, cunts like Neville. What else did we do? I suppose.
Well, to be fair, obviously, Pokémon was really kind of what brought us together.
Yeah, that's what we went to see the first movie together as well, didn't we?
Yeah, cried at the end.
I've had a bit of a cry, but that was a sad ending.
Oh, it wasn't the ending, was it really? Because he doesn't end his life in stone, does he? He gets whichever Pokemon it was, I don't know, Mew or something, that then not revived him.
Well, they all got magic tears, don't they? And they cry and then they bring him back to life.
They bring everyone's like unfrozen from being made of stone.
Yeah, and I remember how
everyone I tell that story. Like I told someone at work, I think we were looking at and whatnot, where you can like buy stuff from like e-stores and whatever, and they do like little like auctions basically, and it's like quick fire auctions. And I think we were looking at Pokemon cards, and then something came up about the first one, and I said to him, we went and watched that in the cinema and we cried, and he just looked at me like, "Are you fucking for real?" Like fucking cry. I was like, "Mate, I was 10."
I weren't even that.
9, 10.
I think
That was very sad.
Yeah, it was very sad, and also kids grow up a lot faster these days.
It's ridiculous.
So, but anyway, but on that, so we went and saw that, and we did cry or whatever. And obviously, there was little things in that film that were great, like when you saw like Don Fan, which is obviously a Johto, which is a Johto Pokemon.
That was mind blowing at the time.
Oh yeah, I was like, that Pokemon's from Gold and Silver.
Well, no, that wouldn't have come out yet. No one knew who it was.
Oh yeah, we didn't know who that was.
No, it wasn't. That was just.
It's like a little cameo. That's true actually. Because that was pre Gold and Silver.
Yeah.
But
and what was the other one? Crystal. Gold, Silver.
Crystal, yeah. That was always because you had two together, because they tried to make you trade, because obviously Nintendo are still doing that, by the way. They're still trying to force you to be social. So you,
well, to be fair,
they used to do that. They used to bring out each game. So obviously you'd have red and blue, and then obviously you would have a trade cable, and then you got red, I got blue. I've got certain Pokemon I can get, you got certain Pokemon you can get. So we trade, and obviously certain ones evolve over trade, right? Yeah. And that's to get it going, right? And get the social going, which, as I said, Nintendo are still doing today.
But to be fair, they've changed it, because as I said, I'm a massive closet geek and a massive fan of Pokemon, but shush, no one needs to know that. So for my birthday a couple of months ago, surprise, the Crystal bought me a Switch 2. I've been trying to get one for months.
Well, did she buy herself one and then bought you one too?
No.
You said she bought you a Switch 2?
Yeah, Switch number 2, the new one.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I do know that, yeah.
Yeah, Switch 2. You got the original...
Dad jokes.
The original Switch, and then you've got the Switch 2. A bit like, PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I've got a Switch 2, but it's a Switch 1.
Yeah. I've got Switch 1 and 2.
Have you?
Yeah, because I'm greedy. But so she surprised me with that, and then I think like a week or two later, the new Pokemon game came out. And because they've changed it all now. I think... I don't know.
YZ or X or ZA or something?
Legends ZA.
ZA.
Z.
ZA. ZA.
Yeah, ZA.
ZA, that's the one. I keep saying Z. Now? That is an Americanism that is snuck into the world language. It's because it's Z, because it's from the Greek alphabet, and it's Zeda. So it's Z, not Z.
Have you finished now? Finished being boring?
Oh no, I'm gonna constantly pipe in with little snippets like that. But that's one that really gets my goat. But I get caught out as well. I'll say Z, and then I'm like, why have you said Z? Like, it's Zeda.
Right. Can I continue my story now?
Zebra.
Shut up, you twat. But I think they've changed it now. I don't know if it's because of.
Go on.
I don't know if it's because of like COVID and stuff. But you've got. I think it's called. I haven't used it, but I think it's called Pokemon Home. And so effectively,
Pokemon Home, yeah, I've got Pokemon Home.
Yeah, so effectively now, obviously you still have to trade, like the tradable, like the ones like your Gengars, for example, that have to be traded. Yeah. So you still have to trade.
You do it over Tinternet, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, so you still have to trade them, but say for example you've got the two, say like the previous gen, whatever it was called, I can't remember now, but you had like the two different games. So on Pokemon Home, you would just complete your Pokedex or whatever it may be. You would transfer the ones that are game exclusive into Pokemon Home, and then vice versa.
Bridge them over, yeah.
For all the Pokemon fans that are listening, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But everyone else that may have that doesn't care,
we might have potentially lost the interest of some people. But then I've spoken about.
If anyone has got this far, I'm fucking impressed.
Yeah, no, it's impressive. The new generation, so to speak, the new generations, they just love to be ironic.
Is that Gen X? What gen are we on now?
No, I'm not going to pick out a particular generation, because that's absolute warfare. And I will not be any part of that. But we're talking like Crocs, for example.
Oh,
but they tried to make them. I mean, it's the absolute irony in it, or for example, having grey cars that aren't painted, that just look like they're in primer, right? I'm not being funny. If you look at this little known war, World War II, yeah, right, and you look at the
never heard of that one.
You never heard of that one, no. But there was these little things. There was a Führer car, right? It was owned by the Führer, and it was grey with black wheels, right? Take from that what you will, but that's what I think about it. And also, furthermore, I've even thought about.
What's a big word for you? Furthermore. So
Furthermore, I thought about getting little cards with like paint shop numbers on, and just going up to these grey cars and just putting it under the window, just being like that. I also take every opportunity online when someone's got a car. It's called Nada Grey. That's one of the ones.
The fuck is Nada?
Nada Grey.
What is
Well,
Nada
I'll tell you what it
grey?
is. It's grey with a name in front of it.
So it's just grey.
It's just grey.
Just
Anyway,
grey.
so I take every opportunity to say, that's a banging car. It'd be great when it's painted. It's painted.
It's Nada Grey.
Nada Grey.
Go fuck yourself and get a proper
mate.
car.
Oh, don't shoot. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I just can't stand it. I just cannot. But the point is it seems to be irony is in fashion. Now, don't get me wrong. You need irony for comedy. A lot of things that are ironic,
Oh yeah.
are funny.
Yeah.
That's not funny. That's just ironic for the sake of being ironic. You know what I mean? It's just you got certain things. You've got Crocs, obviously. The other one was wearing like effectively pajamas outside. That was another one.
That's still going now. Like, admittedly, with the Crocs, when I was like a teenager, like early 20s, the idea of wearing Crocs was like blasphemous.
Yes. Sorry, it's just popped into my head.
But they are growing on me, Crocs. I probably would wear a pair of Crocs now.
Just going to ignore that and move on to what I was going to say. Right, we both worked at a place called Clackett Lane, right, which was a service station.
Yeah.
And we used to have people come in, and they were truck drivers. They used to be Polish, they used to be German or whatever. They come in, they go, dusha, mangiare, manja, zizinian. They're asking for food and whatever.
I'm genuinely impressed you still remember that.
I still remember that.
You still remember the words?
Zizinia, food in Polish.
Is it only Polish that you remember?
Yeah, well, dusha is shower in France. It's also an insult in America. But, so they've come in, these guys, and I'm talking, right, wife beater, right? Wife beater, shorts. I mean, that's fine. It's the middle of the summer. They've been sweating, right? They're in there, and they come in, they've got their socks and sliders on, mustard down the top, sweat, stinker BO, right? And fair enough. Every time I see someone in socks and sliders, white socks and sliders, I'm like, why have you dressed like a Polish truck driver? There's nothing wrong with that, obviously. I know I've worked with lots and I have friends that are, just to be clear, before anyone gets any wrong ideas. The point I'm making is socks and sliders to me is European truck driver spec.
Oh, I love socks and sliders. I can't wear my sliders without my socks.
I'm sorry, mate, but if it's white socks with sliders, you just look...
White socks, black sliders.
You look like you have not washed for 3 days. You've got mustard on your shirt.
Don't eat mustard. Ketchup, maybe.
Ketchup on your shirt. And I'm sorry. It's too, like, I get it. You're trying to be ironic. You're hard. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm sorry.
Hard.
It's just too, some things are too far.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I can't necessarily disagree with that. To be fair.
So I went on a bit of a rant there. We could get on to. Do you remember the time with the pick and mix when you got the two types of parents? You got parents like us that are like, don't do that, and actually make the kids stop. And then you got those parents like we had pick and mix at the front, and this kid, right, he's coming along, he's picking his nose, lifting up all the lids, taking sweets, putting them back, putting them in his mouth, and we're like, mate, can you stop
fuck
that?
off, you stupid little twat?
Yeah, right. And the parent, right, this is the other parent, this is the second type of parent I can't stand. You've got parents that will stand up and say, no, don't do that, you weak, pull them out of the way or whatever. And then you've got the ones that, oh, Rufus, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, don't speak to me like that, Rufus. Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Half an hour later, don't do that. Don't do that, Rufus. I'm like, well, you just take the kid outside. What are you doing? Like, no wonder there's people that are in this world now that just cannot be told no. Because they've never been told no.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Another thing that I remember from Clackett Lane is the time we met Danny Dyer. He came in, he was lovely. He come over, he was talking to us nice and calm, really lovely bloke. Asked us how we were. We were like, yeah, fine, how are you? He's like, yeah, I'm all right, bit tired. Offered us a sweet, didn't he? He's like, do you boys, obviously after he bought it, do you want to pick a mix or whatever? I don't know if we took one, I can't remember that.
Yeah, I can't remember.
You were like, oh, my missus loves you, can you I'm sorry to ask, but can you sign this? And he's like, yeah, lovely, yeah, I'll do that. And then after that, a couple of lads walked in, didn't they, from the truck park?
Yeah.
They walked in, and they're like, oh, it's Danny Dyer, and you could just see he just was like, you all right, lads? He just put on this persona, didn't he? Going, and I thought, Jesus Christ, every time, so because he's been typecast, and so every time some geezer walks, he's got to be a geezer. But he is a geezer, but he's also a fucking fantastic bloke. Yeah, and he's just a normal human being.
But I suppose this is probably what, like 10, 12 years ago. So he still kind of had that. I suppose at that time it was still very much like Danny Dyer, geezer, football factory.
Yeah.
Whereas now he's done a few more, I suppose.
He's done Rivals.
Yeah,
I mean, that is a fantastic.
Yeah, I rewatched the second season comes out next year. I watched it the first season again a few weeks ago. That was really good.
Oh yeah,
really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was really, really good, and he's good in that as well. But yeah, you know, he's got. He's being appreciated a bit more now, which I like. A bit like Ray Winston, obviously, it was a similar, wasn't he? And he sort of worked his way up and was sort of really appreciated sort of a bit later on, well, but maybe a bit quicker than Danny, but he's finally getting the recognition. There's a lot of people actually who deserve recognition and getting recognition, i.e. David Beckham.
Yeah, well, he's just been knighted, hasn't he?
Exactly.
For some reason, actually, when he was knighted, like a week or two ago, I already thought he was knighted, but obviously not.
No, it's been the thing that people
an MBE or whether it is OBE beforehand.
Yeah.
But I could have sworn he was knighted. I know Lewis Hamilton was knighted a year or two ago. Yeah. So maybe that's where I was getting confused. But I was adamant that when it came out, I was adamant to myself. I thought he was already knighted.
But he's another one. He's another one that deserves it. Lewis Hamilton. Yeah. And he's a phenomenal. Bit controversial in recent years for me in certain aspects, and I get that he has certain things to push and certain things need to be spoke about.
Yeah, but
it's not that.
He's got a big profile, though, hasn't he? So he can.
Yeah,
he can not get away with these things, but I suppose, like, you know, whether you agree with the things that he tries to not push, but the things he tries to get out and speak about and get out.
It's not pushing, to be clear,
and get out in the open. I suppose when you've got a profile that big, you probably should try and use.
You've got a responsibility. Yeah. And the thing is, he is. You know, I followed him all through his career, and he's not a kid though. I think he's older than me.
He's 40 now.
Yeah, I want to say he's a good kid, but he's older than I. But the guy is brilliant. The only thing in the last few years that's done my head in is not anything when he's spoken about race or politics or whatever, anything to do with that. It's the fashion.
Yeah.
You know, talking about being ironic a minute ago. Yeah. Some of the stuff he's worn. Sorry, go on, mate. Yeah.
I was going to say this. I was going to agree with you. Some of the stuff that he has worn is just fucking ridiculous. It's just, admittedly, now that he's moved to Ferrari. Like, to be fair. Like,
his club is great now.
Yeah.
Like, did you see the picture of him outside the thing when he turned up? The way he was dressed. I was like, Jesus Christ, you could be in fucking Chicago right now, about to whack some cunt.
That was.
Do you know what I mean? You could be stood over this geezer going, "You shouldn't have got involved, Johnny, but now you're dead." Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, that's how he was dressed. Proper.
It was such a good photo as well. And then because I think they had like in the background of like the old house there was 7 windows closed and there was one left open, or there was 7 open and one left closed. Yeah. And so obviously all the conspiracy theorists are kind of reading into it. Is the one that's closed? Is that the 8th title that he should have had? Which he should have had, to be fair.
Yeah. But no, he definitely. I mean, we're nobodies, and I'm looking at this. He definitely should have had that title.
Oh, yeah, it was an absolute joke.
It was an absolute piss take. But again, just to be serious for a minute, that is how this world works. Mate. If you get on the wrong side of certain people, and there's a lot of money in F1.
Oh, ridiculous.
You, son, are going to be dealt with. And I'm telling you now, that someone didn't like, we were saying he was not pushing, but talking about certain things. Someone's gone, oh, you see your success? Let's turn that down to 5.
Oh, he was 11. Absolutely.
From 11, let's turn it down. You know what I mean? Like, they dashed him on purpose.
He was absolutely turned over and fucked over. Yeah. It was ridiculous.
And he knows it, but you can't talk about it because he's already finding it difficult, first of all, being a black man in a predominantly white world, which it is still. Yeah. I mean, it's better, but it needs to be even better.
Yeah.
Definitely. But that's not the reason he got turned over. He didn't get turned over because he's black. It was because he was being outspoken.
Yeah, probably.
And they didn't like it.
Yeah, probably didn't help.
This gets my goat a little bit, because I want to celebrate someone for their success, right?
Yeah.
It's the same with like women's. Let's touch on women's stuff as well. I will celebrate you if you are good at what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? If you are good I couldn't care if you're a woman, if you're black or whatever. If you are good at what you do, you should be celebrated. You shouldn't be celebrated just because.
No.
You shouldn't be celebrated just because you're
a
woman, or just because you're black, or just because you need to be good. And Hamilton is fucking good.
Oh, he's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
The GOAT. End of discussion.
Yeah, I'd agree.
It's just true. And I am also pushed back against stuff like, how there was this sort of people going around with their pitchforks about white straight males like me and you, and sort of trying to push us, employing people, certain demographics over us and stuff, and pushing us down, pushing us out the way. I don't think you can counteract a culture of discrimination and bullying by doing exactly the same to other people. How do you, if, as Gandhi said, an eye for an eye and the world will be blind.
Did Gandhi say that?
Yes, Gandhi did say that, and you can Google that now if you want.
Well, I can't have anything to Google with.
Regardless of who said it, an eye for an eye, if you continue to go an eye for an eye, the world will be blind, right? And that's exactly it, okay? So, yes, Hamilton should, and he was about to beat the record of a white man, and we both believe that he was sabotaged for that, and also because he was outspoken.
Well, I just think they just got bored of the same person winning over and over.
There's an element of truth.
Yeah, there probably is an element.
There's an element of truth.
There probably is an element of truth. Yeah.
Whether we will know it or not, we won't.
No.
So me and you are surmising that that's what we believe.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, it is never going to be said or ever come out or ever be made. Like nothing. Like obviously, nothing will ever be said.
No, but
I would if someone ever dropped a bollock and the thing is, not even if someone dropped a bollock. Like I said, it was that Michael Massey guy that just went power hungry, took it to his head and thought, fuck it, I'm just going to write my own rules now. And then not even inadvertently, it just ruined the end of a good season.
But to circle back, we've been going through sort of business. That's going to be you can put that on your bingo card if you like. To circle back, my sum up of what I was saying is, you need to be celebrated because you are good at it.
Yeah.
You need to get a job or a place in a team because you are good at it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So you have Hamilton in your F1 team because you've got the money to get him, and because he is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, and it's
not because he's a black geezer that likes fashion.
No, it's what he's. It's his years and wealth of experience that he brings to
exactly
that he brings to the table, really.
Yeah, and that should be the same for anything. You should be, and this needs to start happening because it's ludicrous that it doesn't happen and it's somehow slipped into legislation for certain things. You get something because you are good at it, if not the best at it. Whether you're a woman or what, it is completely irrelevant. It should be just because you're good at it. Sorry,
exactly. No, I was just going to say, if you've been enjoying the podcast so far, then we want to hear from you. Like I said, we don't want it just to be about us, just talking drivel for an hour or so. We want listener interaction, and we want to hear from you guys and guys and gals. If you've got any confessions, or if you want us to give you some advice on stuff in the only way that we know how, talking bollocks. Yeah, but like I said, if you want to send us like confessions or things that are pet peeves, or things would you rather's, those kind of things. Like I said, we want to hear from you. Do we want the listener interaction? So like I said, we'll be posting this on, like I said, on all the podcast sites and on YouTube and what have you. So subscribe on YouTube, the Nobodies Podcast. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok, the Nobodies Pod. The Nobodies Pod. Leave comments on the post there. Send us an email, the Nobodies Podcast 2025@gmail.com. We want to hear from you. We want to build a community of nobodies. If there's something you want to get off your chest, like I said, we'll give you our unfiltered bullshit advice and go from there. Really.
We've got years of advice. We've got years.
Good.
We are educated in life.
Yeah,
so
to
we'll be good
a
at that,
certain.
yeah.
We'll give you our opinion, whether you like it or not.
Yeah,
is a
yeah,
different
whether you like it.
story.
I mean, you definitely will get that from me. I mean, you've got that in this entire conversation.
Well,
whether you
yeah,
liked it or not, to be honest with you.
you always give your 2 pence. Fucking hell, whether it's right or wrong.
Yeah.
But like I say, follow us. We want to hear from you. We want to build this. We want to build a community of nobodies. Like I say, if you feel like nobodies like us, like I said, you know, the average Joe, your average gal down the pub, talking to their mates, talking bollocks. Like I said, that's what we're here to do. So we want to hear from you guys, and go from there. Really build a community. Let us know what you think.